Hey yo guys, so be a video. I haven't done a video in forever, but I felt like making a video just for the first time in a very long time, mainly because we're getting up to the biggest event in the world professional wrestling at WrestleMania. Really just an overall great exciting weekend now with, Ring of Honor, DGUSA having their shows, and now Ring of Honor at least doing their shows on Go Fight Live, the Mania shows on Go Fight Live, which people have been cutting up on the internet, but I think it's a good idea because normally those shows are really, really fun, and you just see reports that something really exciting happens that you just have to go out of your way to see, like the first one where Jerry Lynn won the title, and then the next year, I believe, in Houston, where it was that awesome Kenta Davey Richards match, which really helped elevate Davey Richards even more so. And then, last year was kind of a letdown, I would say a little bit, but still it was just an overall fun show. So I got to think, since we're getting into WrestleMania, and I know most people got interested in the world of pro wrestling through WrestleMania, what's your favorite angle? Not leading to WrestleMania, but I guess of all time to basically get you into the world of wrestling. That's what I would like to know, because I've been thinking about this for a long time, and I know we're not at this point, but I guess I can say the angle for me that really got me into the world of pro wrestling was the Lex Express, basically the one where Lex Luger, what started the Lex Express, where Lex Luger got on the USS Intrepid and body slammed Yokozuna, because at the time, I first of all, I really didn't know too much about wrestling, and just, his dramatic entrance and how he came through helicopter onto the USS Intrepid, slams Yokozuna. They do this amazing video set of packages with the I'll be your hero, just that awesome stuff. Now, that show, SummerSlam 93, is really one of my favorite shows, simply just because of the fact that, it's that main event, and how Vince didn't pull the trigger and give Luger the belt when he was like maybe as hot as Hogan was, to a certain extent, and how he didn't pull the trigger just because he wanted to wait till WrestleMania 10 to give him the belt, and he never did. And look at Luger's career. If Luger got the belt at SummerSlam 93, it would change his career, and it would change maybe the fortunes of the WWF at that point in time. That's like the angle that really got to me into the business. Just this great job by the WWF in making this new U.S. hero that they really had, and they got the whole fans behind him. And to me, with him not winning the belt, if Vince McMahon couldn't make Lex Luger Hulk Hogan, nobody was gonna make Lex Luger Hulk Hogan ever again. That's the angle that really got me to the business. So I kind of wonder what your thoughts are on that. My other favorite angle around that time frame as well would be the angle that got me, super excited in the wrestling industry, would be the Bret Hart Owen Hart saga. Basically, for those of you who don't know, it spins off from the Bret Hart Jerry Lawler feud, as they were, feuding, and we're gonna have a match at SummerSlam 93. Coincidentally, Lawler had that whole rape thing in Memphis, so they kind of killed off the angle for a bit, as they had to let Lawler deal with that. So they replaced Lawler with Shawn Michaels and his Knights versus the Hart family. So basically, it's the whole Knight team getting destroyed by the members of the Harts. Owen's the one cleaning house, basically. But Owen sent in on an Irish whip by Michaels, sends Hart to the guardrail, causes Owen to get distracted. Shawn Michaels rolls up Owen Hart and eliminates him. He's the only one eliminated in that match. This upsets Owen. Owen then, loses his mind, basically, or gets upset. He's just like, look, I've been put in the shadow here. This is bullshit. I'm the better wrestler. I'm the one that's never got any respect in the family. I'm the youngest of all these brothers, and sisters. Where's my respect? I'm as good of a wrestler. I challenge you to a match, Bret. So Bret, of course, replies back, no, I don't want to. I'd fight anyone. I'm the best there is, the best there was, best there ever will be, but I will not fight Owen. So it looks like they're going to start patching things up. Towards the end of 93, going into the Royal Rumble of 94, when it was the Quebecers defending the WWF tag titles against Bret and Owen. They did this awesome thing where Bret injures his knee, but doesn't want to tag Owen, because, you know, he wants to win it for himself. I guess that was the whole thing, that he just couldn't tag Owen, and this is Owen's first opportunity to title in the WWF, so it meant so much to him, and he really wanted to, you know, get it done himself. Owen speaking here, and he just never gets in the matches. Bret hurts it, or he doesn't get in the matches muff, and Bret hurts his knee, and they have to actually. This is one of the rare times where, you know, the ref calling for a stoppage. First of all, I think that finish needs to be implemented more in pro wrestling, especially now with how successful MMA has gotten. Yeah, so they have that. Owen then, like, you know, looks like he's helping Bret up off the mat. He kicks his leg right after the families looks like they're patched things up. And just, why wouldn't they tag me? Why wouldn't they tag me? All they had to do was tag. I just remember that so much, and of course it leads to the unfortunate moment for Owen's career. It's the he kicked his leg out of his leg situation there. So they finally agree to have the match at WrestleMania 10, where Owen's like, look, I'm going to prove to you I'm a better wrestler than you. I'm going to get all the respect that is here. They go on to have this tremendous match, and Owen, of course, pulls the upset out of nowhere with the victory roll. You know, I'll get probably more and more detail. I actually do want to review WrestleMania 10 as a whole, because that's like the show that really was kind of the turning point of WrestleMania. I may review that as well, coincided with my thoughts on the Mania DVD. So that happens, and, you know, Bret goes to win the title later that night, and Owen's just like, well, what about me? You know, I just did probably the most stunning thing in some time in the WWF, and no one gives me the respect I deserve, which irks Owen. You know, basically some time goes on, and Owen, of course, now is like basically the #1 contender since, basically what happens from that point on is they go to their new middle of the road pay-per-view, King of the Ring. Owen Hart, of course, is in the tournament, wins the tournament with some shenanigans from Jim the Anvil Neidhart, basically helping Bret retain the belt against Diesel, but of course he was really in on it from Owen, so Owen could keep the belt on Bret, so he could be the #1 contender since he wins King of the Ring. And Owen, by the way, that's a coming out party for Owen in terms of his in-ring skill, especially his match with the 1-2-3 Kid, Sean Waltman. Just stunning match. Probably the best 6-minute match you could ever see. Just so well done. So that happens. We leads us to the SummerSlam 94. And of course, it's the epic cage match, which some people have given 5 stars. I wouldn't give it 5 myself, but I definitely think it's a match that's up there. And it's just what a cage match should be. Just like them fighting to escape the door, and you know, doing counter versus counter holds, and how they use the cage to its effect. You know, not, you know, a bloodbath type of cage match, but still a match where the cage is used super well, like used more in terms of counters and high risk maneuvers. And of course, everyone remembers the incredible high spot of Bret suplexing Owen off the cage, and really that was the end of the feud. They had a couple more matches, and it did drag on a little bit until, you know, Survivor Series 94. With, you know, Owen having being in Bob Backlund's corner and basically screwing his brother out of the title since he couldn't beat him himself. He got the man who could beat him. But that's really what this video is about, the angles that got you into pro wrestling. I'm sure there'll be some different ones that, you know, are more recent, and then there'll be some ones, hopefully, that are, you know, really old, and that, you know, most people really didn't expect to, but it got them into the business. So really, that's my thoughts, or my video, my premise. I'm hoping to generate some discussion here on YouTube, as that really hasn't happened that much, I've found recently, and the community's kind of died. So hopefully we can get some discussion going. But really, that's it for me. I'm out. Peace.